Pisces, what's up? You guys know that I am very close to a Pisces, and my sun is in my 12th. Okay? Those of you who know what that means, then you know that Pisces rules the 12th house. Anyway, let me go ahead and get to it, Pisces, with your proofread for the very first one in July. Here we go. You might be dealing with a Libra. The Justice card popped up. I am a Libra, and I just told y'all that. Okay, so we're dealing with Libra energy, we're dealing with Aquarius energy, we're dealing with Gemini. So it's air sign, it's a thought process. What are we thinking? What's logical here? And what's being processed, right? What do I know? What don't I know? How do I feel? How do I know I don't feel? You know, and it's kind of like, what power do I have in this relationship? Maybe your relationship has power over you. And this also has something to do with like contracts, mortgages, any sort of thing that bonds you with someone else in a business type of sense, or in a sense where it's like your decisions and what you bring into the relationship is going to affect the other person. Okay, it could have to do with money, it could have to do with you know, power, intimacies. You know, it could also even have to do with sex or something like that. The hips as well, the hips or the kidneys are something that also needs to be paid attention to here, definitely. But something needs to be rebalanced, something needs to be recalibrated. There needs to be a sense of harmony being restored, or peace being restored. So the Justice card does talk about peace being restored in a sense, and let's see what the other card is that's on the side of it. Peace being restored with the mother, maybe peace being restored with the mother who might be a Leo, or peace being restored with someone who might be you know, a Queen of Rods type of energy. That is Leo. It could be Sagittarius or Aries, right? Sorry, it is Aries, but it could be Leo or Sagittarius, just because the Queen of Rods is cardinal fire, and that is Aries, okay? And that's the first house, and this is Libra and Aries sitting here. So it's definitely in regards to a relationship, and the Queen of Rods has a responsibility, and so does the Justice card. And it could just be, you know, how you show up in your relationships. That's what it's talking about with the Queen of Rods being here. How are you showing up in your relationships? You know, do you know who you are or how you are perceived? Because the Justice card definitely is perceiving things. And it's like, wait a minute, this felt like that. Or wait a minute, this looked like that. Or wait a minute, this sounded like that. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, if you can't control the way that you are perceived, then who are you? Okay? Definitely. And Queen of Rods says, I am this person. But then it's like, who are you if I don't also tell you who I think you are? Right? Because we could be saying who we are all day and just be spending time alone, and no one else can agree with us that we are that person. Anyway, the Queen of Rods is 1/3 of Pisces, yeah? Because the court cards are 1/3 of the sign that comes before them. So there's a little bit of complexity to the feeling here, and somebody could be confused about how they feel. So how they are acting or how they are behaving isn't necessarily in reflection to how they might be truly feeling. Yeah, because they might be having mixed feelings about something, and they're acting like they're having mixed feelings in some kind of way, shape, or form. The Queen of Rods is also kind of like being very direct, okay, in terms of like what you want to get across, or what you want to be understood or seen or felt or anything like that. The Queen of Rods is being very direct. So maybe you need to be direct in how you feel about a relationship, or maybe you need to be direct in kind of like, you know, being a little bit more assertive in terms of bringing peace back to a relationship, or restoring some sort of like harmony or balance. Let me go ahead and look at the card that's over on the left side. Oh. You got to bring peace back into yourself emotionally. So it's talking about healing before you can, like, you know, you're healing. You know, and also this is kind of like, is there a betrayal that's happening here within a relationship? Right? Or do you feel betrayal from like a parent, from a lover, from someone that you have an intimate relationship with? Or is this a betrayal for you? This also could just be like an internal transformation that could be happening that was sparked from an emotional experience that you could have been having, Pisces, right? Here we go. Bam. So, you know, maybe there was some cups that were spilled. Maybe there were some real, true feelings that were accidentally shown, or accidentally like, you know, just kicked over. You know, somebody could be feeling emotionally wounded, or you might be feeling emotionally wounded, right? To the core, at the heart of you, yeah? But then it's also having some resentment and having some personal resentment, like resenting yourself for something, right? And this could be like resenting yourself for your own primitive desires, right? Because Mars in Scorpio does talk about primitive desire and primitive behavior. And sometimes that type of thing can be very destructive, or it could destroy or disintegrate or erode at other things, because this is Mars. Mars is exalted in Capricorn, and Capricorn is talking about erosion. So this is like the emotional erosion in some kind of way, or the emotional breaking down of a commitment, or something needing to break down so you could see what was left, being reduced to something. You know, and your pride or your ego could also be damaged in some kind of way here, right? Okay, let's see what's behind the Justice card. We have the Four of Pentacles, which is what? Capricorn. And I just thought about that. So here we go. The Four of Pentacles is talking about the control, right? Money had control in your relationship. Money has control in terms of like who you're friends with or who you're able to relate with. You know, money doesn't necessarily have to always be the end all be all and determine what is real in your life. You know what I mean? Because money comes and goes, honey. And also Sun in Capricorn is talking about what you are consuming. Are you aware of what you're taking in? You know, are you aware of where you might be wasting your money, right? Because it talks about saving money, because you might be wasting your money. If Capricorn consumes, then Capricorn also wastes. You know what I mean? So you want to think about that. The Sun is talking about the power that you might have, or the financial power that you might have. And this is kind of like, are you aware of the financial power that you have, or influence that you might have in your relationships? You know what I mean? Or are you aware of how money might be influencing your relationships in a positive or a negative way? Right? Is it helping you create things in your relationships? Are you flexible to see how it could help you create things in your relationships? And it's not necessarily just relying on the other person to provide the things that you know you can provide, that you would just want to see them match up to you, right? Because it also talks about a point of comparison as well with Libra, okay? And then, you know, yeah. Also think practically, be practical about what it is that you want. Be practical about what it is that you want. Because the Fours, the Emperor, wants things. Capricorn wants things. The Fours are talking about also, you know, the fear of what you want. Can you handle what you want? Is it going to be too much for you? Because Capricorn is imposing, and it very much creates this sense of intimidation. So the Wheel of Fortune is talking about things that happen. You know, there's a point of control that needs to be like seen, or like felt, or tapped into here, right? Because the Wheel of Fortune next to the Four of Pentacles is talking about controlling how you spend your money, and also, you know, the growth of finances. Like how you spend your money, how you save your money determines how much money that you have, obviously. And the Wheel of Fortune is talking about changes that happen in your career that affect the ways that you spend your money, right? And you just might be feeling restrained in terms of that, right? Because career is kind of like affecting you in some kind of way. Just be, you know, available to ebb and flow with those changes that are occurring externally outside of you, and understand what you have, what you can control inside of you. Mars in Scorpio, Scorpio. 1/3 Libra. So you might be dealing with a Libra, or you might be dealing with a Scorpio person. And this is also kind of like, you know, mastering your emotions as well, and being honest with yourself about how you truly feel. You know what I mean? Because you do have a 4 here, and all of the 4s and all of the kings are related to the Emperor. So this is kind of like how a male person, or how someone, female or male, affects you emotionally, and the power that they have over you, or you having the power or the emotional influence over someone else, right? And this is also kind of like being honest with yourself about what you want, or what you desire, or what you need. And this is mastering your emotions in order to heal from this experience that you are going through, that you have gone through, or that you will continue to go through until you heal. All right. If you would like to get a personal reading with me, email providencetarotkendrick@gmail.com. Follow me on YouTube and Instagram. It's Providence Tarot on both of those platforms. And if you would like to follow me personally, my account is NYC Kendrick. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.